Committee study of the Central Intelligence Agency Detention and Interrogation Program is a report compiled by the bipartisan United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence about the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program and its use of torture during interrogation in U.S. government bulletins on detainees in CIA custody. The more than 6,700-page report, including 38,000 footnotes, details the history of the CIA's detention and interrogation program and the committee's 20 findings and conclusions. On December 9th, 2014, the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence released a 525-page portion that consisted of key findings and an executive summary of the full report. It took more than 5 years to complete. The full unredacted report remains classified. Today's summary: CIA effectiveness claims regarding a high volume of critical intelligence. The CIA represented that the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques resulted in the collection of a high volume of critical intelligence on Al-Qaeda. The committee evaluated the high volume of intelligence collected by compiling the total number of sole source and multi-source disseminated intelligence reports from the 119 known CIA detainees. The CIA informed the committee that its interrogation program was successful in developing intelligence and suggested that all CIA detainees produced disseminated intelligence reporting. For example, in September of 2006, CIA Director Michael Hayden provided the following testimony to the committee. Senator Bai, I was impressed by your statement about how effective the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques have been in eliciting important information to the contrary. At one point, up to 50% of our information about Al-Qaeda, I think you said, 9,000 different intelligence reports. Director Hayden, over 8,000, sir. Senator Bai, and yet this has come from, I guess, only 30 individuals. Director Hayden, no, sir, 96, all 96. In April of 2007, CIA Director Hayden testified that the CIA's interrogation program existed for one purpose: intelligence, and that it is the most successful program being conducted by American intelligence today for preventing attacks disabling Al-Qaeda. At this hearing, Director Hayden again suggested that the CIA interrogation program was successful in obtaining intelligence from all CIA detainees. A transcript of the hearing included the following exchange. Senator Snowe, General Hayden, of the 8,000 intelligence reports that were provided, as you said, by 30 of the detainees. Director Hayden, by all 97, ma'am. The suggested that all CIA detainees provided information that resulted in intelligence reporting is not supported by CIA records. CIA records reveal that 34% of the 119 known CIA detainees produced no intelligence reports, and nearly 70% produced fewer than 15 intelligence reports. Of the 39 detainees who were, according to CIA-provided records, subjected to the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques, nearly 20% produced no intelligence reports, while 40% produced fewer than 15 intelligence reports. While the CIA's detention and interrogation program did produce significant amounts of disseminated intelligence reporting, 5,874 sole source intelligence reports, This reporting was overwhelmingly derived from a small subset of CIA detainees. For example, of the 119 CIA detainees identified in the study, 89% of all disseminated intelligence reporting was derived from 25 CIA detainees. 5 CIA detainees produced more than 40% of all intelligence reporting from the CIA's Detention and Interrogation Program. CIA records indicate that 2 of the 5 detainees were not subjected to the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques.
A short time ago here today, we spoke with retired General Michael Hayden, accused in today's report of providing misleading information in the past. He ran the NSA and was CIA director starting during the Bush era from 06 to 09. We talked to him about this torture report. He disagrees with the definition for starters, says what was carried out was not torture. We then talked about overall and global impact. How are we better than our enemies morally in light of what we all read about today?
Well, let me give you a startling statement, Brian. And look, everyone knows these things were very tough. I got involved in this very late in the program. I endorsed their use going forward in a very minimized form. So these decisions aren't taken lightly by anyone, believe me. But let me give you an odd calculus here, Brian. As bad as some people think CIA behavior was with regard to these 100 or so detainees, if everyone on the planet used CIA behavior as the model, the overall treatment of detainees on Earth would actually improve.
Should that be the standard, however?
Well, Brian, the standard was what is lawful, effective, and appropriate in a time of great extremists in the United States with 3,000 fellow citizens who've been murdered.
What if you, God forbid, members of your family had to undergo some of the treatments we are reading about in this report? Can you personalize it in that way?
I can, Brian, and clearly, look, Brian, we're people like you and all your viewers. We have a soul and a conscience too. We knew, as bad as these people were, we were doing this to fellow human beings. So don't ever forget that. Now, you asked me about my family members. I actually think, Brian, that my concern or my outrage, if that were ever done to any of my family members, would be somewhat muted if my family members had just killed 3,000 of my citizens.
You are foursquare in defense of everything, all of the physical activities described as torture contained in today's document. Support them then, support them now, and would do them again.
Hey, Brian, this isn't a response here about defending torture. I'm here talking to you about defending history. What we really could have used is a really non-political look at the CIA program. The one that was launched when this report first got underway. This report was supposed to have conducted interviews, hearings, and give recommendations. It doesn't have any of those. I was in government for 10 years after 9/11, and let me tell you a phrase I never heard from anybody in any position of authority. Whatever you guys do about this terrorism threat, please, please don't overreact. Never heard it, Brian.
Part of our interview today with retired General Michael Hayden, former head of the NSA and CIA.